Good evening, Mr. Algieri. So, aside from the fight tonight, we just have Manny Pacquiao retiring. As a former opponent of his, what do you think of that happening?
He's done so much in the sport. I wish him the best. He's got bigger, better things to do. He's going to be president. It's anyone who decides to retire, I'm always behind it because this is a dangerous sport. So if he feels like it's time, then it's time.
So we're now with the boxing. Were you shocked when Ugas was able to outbox Manny Pacquiao?
No, Ugas is a tough style, and I think at that weight and on a last minute, it was a really tough adjustment for Manny. So I wasn't that surprised. I thought that he would pull it out, and I think Manny at his best would have, but age catches up to everybody.
Yeah, age is undefeated, as the Rocky Balboa said, right? Mm-hmm. So right now we had Navarrete Diaz tonight. Low blow after low blow by Gonzalez. What's your opinion on that?
The fight was fantastic. It was a really, really good fight. I had Navarrete winning a lot of the early rounds. Jouet was coming on strong at the end, but I think the right guy won the fight. But what heart from Jouet. His face was a mess.
Yes.
Swollen, cut, didn't affect his performance at all. Kept on pushing, gave it his all guts.
So now as for Navarrete, would you like to see him continue at 126, or would you like to see him go up to 130?
I'd like to see him fight Jouet again. Fight him again.
Now for next week, or I don't know when that's happening, but Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring. Mm-hmm. What's your take on that fight?
Interesting matchup, interesting fight. Two very good defensive guys. I'm not sure how they're going to match up. I'm having trouble actually picturing how that fight's going to go. I need to do my research. I'm working the fight next week, so I need to study up. But
I see.
It's a crossroads fight. Classic.
Now, sir, are you still active in the sport of boxing?
Yes.
When's your next fight, sir?
We're talking about it right now. It's likely going to be in December.
That's good. With Top Rank Promotions?
No.
Right now, are you aware of the current negotiations with Casemiro and Nonito Donaire?
I've been following.
What are the chances of that fight happening soon?
It better happen. That's a good fight.
There's also an option with Donaire and Raymond Gabalio. What's your take on that fight?
I'm not super familiar with him, but I want to see Donaire no matter who he fights.
Last question back to Manny Pacquiao. As a former opponent of his and whatnot, what can you say about the experience of fighting Manny Pacquiao in Macau?
It's an experience. I know we did a seven city press tour. It was an incredible experience. Got to see the world, and we got to fight a legend. So it's I think anyone who fights Manny Pacquiao is an experience, aside from being in the ring with him and his style, but just everything around it.
Anyways, Mr. Algieri, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Have a good evening, sir.
Thank you.